Hello and welcome to another video on what is Shopify. So in today's video, I'm going to make a quick recap of what is Shopify, why Shopify, as well as the different features that provide for merchants, consumers, and business. So after all, Shopify is an e-commerce platform that comes with a lot of things out of the box, especially is abstracting the unnecessary complexity or the complexity of e-commerce, such as product management, inventory management, payment processors, as well as shipping. So it encapsulated, it absorbed this complexity, so Shopify merchants can build an online store and customize it, as well as sell in multiple places and channels. So by multiple places, such as in store, the web, mobile, brick and mortar locations, as well as pop-up shops, and sales channels such as digital marketplace, for example, Apple or the apps, the Apple Store or the Google Play, or in social media channels such as the Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, right? So we can think of this Shopify as a set of layers that it all starts on the layer one with the Shopify core products and service. So once you buy, as soon as you buy a Shopify plan, you can turn your idea into business and start selling. That's the whole point of this, is to accelerate that process. So you can create templates to improve the look and feel of your store, as well as sell in multiple channels, something that I already mentioned. Integrate with payment processors, such as PayPal or Shopify payments, as well as other payment processors. Something that I need to know, because these payment processors is something that I'm not quite familiar with. Even though that I know some of them, such as Stripe, PayPal, even your bank account. But again, I would like to dive deep into that, but that will be in another video. And also, it provides you with a fast, reliable checkout, as well as give you SEO and marketing tools so you can check how your users are engaging with your online store and your product. So this is the layer one. And if you want to fine tune more your online store, you can rely on any other integrations that you can find it on the Shopify App Store. So once your business start to grow and gain some tractions, Shopify layer 2, which is additional products and service, is focused more on managing your business. For example, they have something called Shopify Balance, as well as the Shopify Capital, where they fund entrepreneur that meet some quality or some criteria. So as you move on in your business, and this is something that you will gain with weeks or months, right? The layer 3 is now to fine tune much more your online store and your business with applications developed by third-party developers, where they are trusted by Shopify and they pass through a review process. So you can select any applications or extension that fit your needs, and whatever app you can think of there, or whatever thing you can think of, there is an app for that. So from SMA, yeah, from the latest SMA applications to the hottest new social media ads tool, right? And also, if you can rely on a third-party developers, you can hire a specific Shopify developer to help you build your business. Okay, so this is to understand what is Shopify. Layer 1, layer 2, and layer 3, according to their blog. Okay, so Shopify blog, and what is Shopify? Okay, makes sense. Cool. Now, when it comes to understand why Shopify, okay, well, it has a large ecosystem supported by entrepreneurs, merchants, developers, and partners, as well as it has spanned over 175 countries. However, the Shopify payments is way more or less than that, right? And this is something important because Shopify payments does not charge fees. Also, well, with Shopify, it allows you to explore and empower your creativity, as well as absorb unnecessary complexity. For example, for managing commerce operations, product management, inventory management, as well as payment processing and shipping, and also is designed to scale with you, right? So from the business model, Shopify charge per transaction and a monthly plan fee. Okay, whereas with Exit, it charge per sales and for listing items. So, what are the difference according to the Forbes in 2023? Well, that with Shopify, okay, you can, if you are a retailer with an existing customer base, go with Shopify. However, if you are new to the field, you don't have a list of customers, it is better to go with Etsy for that. So that's the main two use case according to Forbes. So once I look at the business model, okay, then what are the features that Shopify offers? So from the merchant perspective, the customer, as well as the business. So from the customer, I look at the storefront, which allows you to build and sell, or allow you to create new ways to delight, allow you to create new ways to sell that delight users, uh, build loyalty, and boost sales, or in this case, the order matter here. Uh, so yeah, so this storefront allows you to build a sales, so allow you to create uh, new ways to sell that delight users, boost sales, and build loyalty along the way, and using different touch points such as web, mobile, products, third-party service, marketing, print, people, okay? And touch points refers to place of interactions, okay? So customers are interacting uh, with your brand, whereas sales channels are plain point of interactions according to the interaction-design.org, right? So okay, so that's the first feature of for customers, so storefront. And what you can do is, well, you can create is custom website for that, as well as integrate your commerce into mobile, whether it's on Android or iPhone, as well as the uh, inject shopping moments into your games where your already audience is engaged, uh, and also start in custom places, okay, or sell on custom channels. So you have much more control using storefront. You have with storefront API, you have full creative control over the buyer or the purchase experience on any platform. And this is something very, 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 very important. Okay, sales on custom channels, and to understand that storefront API allows you to have full creative control over the buying experience, and buying experience can be break down into grocery shops, electronic stores, car dealerships, travel booking, online shopping, as well as restaurants and cafes. Okay, in-store retail. So this is just example of buying experience. Okay, so in-store retail, online shopping, grocery shopping, electronic stores, car dealerships, travel booking, in restaurants and cafes. Each one of these are buying experience. So okay, that's the first feature of the for the merchants, right? Storefront. The second is social channels integrations and sales channels. So this is to promote your products. This is to promote and sell your products, uh, physical or digital, across different sell channels, such as I mentioned before, uh, marketplace or social medias, networks. And the whole point of this is to, for example, in the social media, is to turn followers into customers. Okay, that's one of them. So turn follower into customer, find new shoppers, grow your brand, and build customer loyalty with social selling. That's the whole point of this, of the social media interactions. And this is something, especially when you are building your personal brand, okay? So yeah, as you build your personal brand, that's what you're doing. So, mhm. So, um, mhm. So, the recap here is with the social channels integrations and sales channel is to recognize and also bind your personal brand with the social selling, because after all what you're doing is to reach to a more broad audience and selling them any problem you have solved or anything that the audience is interested. You know, it's not only a problem you solve, but also a something that an audience is interested, is interest. Okay, so this is social channel integration and sales channels. Okay, allow you to promote and sell your products, physical or digital, across different social media networks or marketplace. Okay, in a centralized place. So you can go with the social media, which the whole idea of this is to turn follower into customers, find new shoppers, grow your personal brand or your brand's audience, and build customer loyalty with social selling. And it is funny because after all, we all are doing that. One way or another, we are all doing that with our actions specifically. So this process of developing a personal brand is way more in a purpose driven rather than in a stochastic way. Okay? Yeah, basically is that. But, basically is that. Interest. So yeah, so I'm thinking here is because I'm dedicating his time to pondering all of these concepts in a way that when someone actually asks me, "Hey, what do you think about it?" or ask for my permissions, ask for my recommendations or suggestions or opinions, well, uh, I can provide them, I can deliver them in a way that have some background or wholesome ground. So okay, all right. So yeah, so this is one of these features that are for merchants, right? The social media integrations, as well as the sales channel, where the whole point of this is to promote your product and service, whether it's physical or digital, across different sales channels, whether it's digital marketplace or social media networks, in a centralized way, okay, with Shopify. Okay, that makes a lot of sense, and especially if you go with the social media, well, the whole point of this is to find or turn your customers or turn your follower into customers. And this is something interesting because a lot of this business model are form art. You know, the business is actually is uh, some sort of art form, some sort of form, yeah, some sort of art form. Because 20 years ago there were no social media. You know what I mean? So, well, all of these concepts from social media or selling through different channels and social media, like they don't have any impact. They don't mean anything, especially. So all right. So but now it means a lot, and especially if you're going to promote and sell products in a centralized way using Shopify and through different, whether it's digital marketplace or social media networks. Okay, so social media, what allow is that, okay, is to turn your followers into customers, and find new shoppers, build your brand's audience, as well as build a customer, or grow your brand's audience, as well as build your customer loyalty with social selling. And when it comes to the online marketplace, they sell where people shop or search. So, for example, Google, all right, or the put your brands in one of the top retail commerce like Walmart. So, okay, this is the social channel integrations and sales channels. So the other feature is the Shop app. So Shop app refers to put it simple, is a digital shop assistant, right? An AI digital shop assistant, which, to be more technical, is a wrapper around the Shopify database, uh, using ChatGPT to rediscover business while finding and buying their products. So this is Shop app, right? An AI digital assistant, an AI digital shop assistant. Okay. And then right now, the other is the POS, right? So after all, POS is a system used to process transactions and accept payments in person. Okay. So a little bit of history of the POS, which is something interesting, by the way, is that with POS, it was created, or we can uh, backtracking that to the end of the American Civil War in 1880, 1880, uh, where shop owners have to hire strangers to assist customers, and for this hire, it was very easy to pocket money. So everything changed when James Reedy from Dayton, Ohio, invents the first mechanical cash register. Okay, so after the Reedys went out of the business, he sold that patent to John Henry Patterson, the founder of the NCR, the National Cash Register, where now it doesn't only focus on cash register but also on electronic device such as POS, for example. Okay, so this is something interesting, by the way, to know because after all, John Henry Patterson, uh, it was an industrialism or a mogul, which is a deviation of the is an English deviation from the Arabic and Persian word of the Mughal, or in the Middle Age India, the Mughal Empire was known to produce wonders, or was known to produce wonders of opulence was known to produce wonders of opulence such as the Taj Mahal, right? Uh, and that's the reason why they talk about Mughal. That's where this word comes from. When it refers to magnates, which come from the Latin of which means noblemen or a great lord, as well as the tycoon, which come from the Japanese word tycoon, and it refers to the shogun or this warlords, this dictator warlords in Japan. Okay, cool. So with that, all right. Uh, then I also look at the um, with that, all right. Then I also look at the mm, 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 mm. Exactly. So with knowing that history, all right, about the or the national cash register, and where right now it is, and that it manufactures self-service kiosk, point of sale terminal, automatic teller machine, which is something fucked up, by the way. You know, the national cash register is also produced that. Holy hell, automatic teller machines. Interesting. First cash machine at Barclays Bank. Oh my god. Smaller indoor ATM. Dispense money inside. Convenience store and other busy areas, such as this off-premise wing core next doors. Monofunction. ICA ATM in Sweden. An NCR persona. An NCR persona. National corporation. And all next for interest is that An NCR self-service. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Sberbank ATM installed automated teller machine. Cross section of an ATM. Oh my god, this is something interesting. Holy hell, so it have a lot of backup here? Okay, okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, where it store the money. Alright, and then it give a receipt from that. Oh, interesting, interesting. Very, very interesting, by the way. Okay. Mm-hmm. Alright. Interesting. ATM cross section. Of course, this is an old version, by the way. And they have exactly it must be a specific motherboard for them for this auto teller machine. Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. Cool. 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 Totally cool. So, with this, this is very, very interesting, by the way. So it have a display for that. So there are several companies at Chase Bank ATM in 2008. So there are several companies. Mm-hmm. The world highest ATM. Holy shit, Pakistan. The world highest ATM in Pakistan. What the hell is even this? World's highest ATM in Pakistan. But this is in Pakistan, not in the world. Okay. Holy fuck. The world's highest ATM at Kurgan Pass, Giblet, Balsian, Pakistan, which is located at the height. Jesus. So, knowing a little bit more that the NCR company, exactly, okay, a block diagram of the ATM, exactly, cartridge, cash cartridge. You can contain four cash handling machines, the vault, the housing, as well as the card reader and ABB and CPU. Okay. Mm-hmm. Refilling an ATM. Exactly. Refilling an ATM, which is here, which the on the cartridge. Okay. So knowing that NCR, okay, which is now the company that bought the cash register patents and then produced and improved cash registers, and also it manufactures is self-service kiosk. This self-service kiosk, okay, self-service kiosk, point of sale terminals, automated teller machine, processing systems, and barcode scanner. Okay. hmm So self checkout, which is something that recently we were seeing that on Argentina. Scan it, kiosk, a giant food store. NC Corporation model of self-service checkout and fast lane at Sainsbury store. NC Corporation model or self-service checkout at the IKEA store. Scan it. Kiosk at giant food store. So NCR, okay, uh, it bought the patent from the British because they ran out of business, and now they dedicate to manufacture is not only cash register but also to improve them, uh, as well as kiosk terminal, point of sale, automated teller machine processing system. Interesting, interesting. A barcode scanner. hmm A barcode scanner like this. So now cell phones are being used for that, to scan that. So everybody has access to that. All right, that's interesting. That's very good, very good. Uh, and well, um, mhm. So now that I know what is a POS, okay, and a little bit of history to understand, to give more context about this shit, you know, then I look at the um, uh, yeah, then I look at the Shopify POS because we have the genetic, okay, POS, and now the Shopify POS. So with Shopify, okay, retail business get all the tools to manage daily operations. And to understand a little bit more of this, is like, what is a retail business? So according to Investopedia, specialize in sales of good and in sale of good and or service to consumers, or aka business to consumers. Okay, so products sold by retailers include apparel like this. Uh, so products sold by retailers include apparel, jewelry, grocery, and groceries, pharmaceutical products, electronic, housewares, and small appliance. Service for retail business cover a broad range and include tools and equipment. So, yeah, so service cover a wide range and include things like tool and equipment rentals, pharmacies, auto care, and cloud computing. And retail sales volume is part of the consumer spending, which accounts for about two-thirds of the US economy activity. So understand what is a retail business. It's something very, very crucial, uh, especially if you want to know why POS exists, what are, at least to have a sense, and also be able to talk about that for other people that are in the field about this Shopify POS. Okay, because the real one will going to expose you. So after all, this real retail business, according to Investopedia, so they specialize in the sales of good and or service to consumers, aka business to consumers. Okay, so products sold by retailers include apparel. So when you go to a Chinese store, right? This is a good example of what they sold most of the time, because in there you see uh, apparel, groceries. So yeah, apparel, jewelry, houseware, small appliance, groceries, electronics, and pharmaceutical products. You know, most of the time those Chinese dedicate is or to the groceries or to small appliance, houseware, electronics, jewelry, uh, in apparel, right? Or it also can focus. It is very strange. It's not that common to see a Chinese offering is pharmaceutical products. Good. But when I look at the service aspect of the retail, it covers a wide variety that include uh, e- tools and equipment, retails, uh, auto care, pharmacies, and cloud computing. And retail sales volume is part of the consumer spending, which accounts for about two-thirds of the U.S. economy activity. So with that, that'll be all for this video. Take care. Bye bye.